Good morning, students. In this video lecture, we are going to continue the chapter electromagnetic induction. In the previous video lectures, we have studied a derivation, which is when a metallic rod of finite length is moved in a straight line with constant velocity in a uniform magnetic field. We have seen what is the formula for induced voltage across the end of the conductor. Now we are changing the topic, we are changing the case. In this case, we are rotating a conductor, same conductor, we are rotating the conductor in a uniform magnetic field with a constant angular velocity. Now let's see what would be the induced voltage across the ends of the conductor. So let's see, this is the uniform magnetic field, and across indicates that the magnetic field is 90-degree inverse in this blackboard. So this is the uniform magnetic field, and in this magnetic field we would rotate a metallic conductor with constant angular velocity with the constant angular velocity. Let's say this is a metallic rod of length L. This is the end A, this is the end B, and this rod is rotating, let's say, clockwise with angular velocity omega. This rod is rotating with angular velocity omega, keeping about the point, about the end A. So this coil is rotating about the end A with angular velocity omega, and we have to find the potential difference which would induce across the end of the conductor. So this is the topic which we are going to discuss, which we are going to study. Okay. We know that, so it means this end is fixed and this end is moving with angular velocity omega. So how we would solve this particular case? As we have seen, if a conductor, we have seen in the previous video lecture that if the same conductor or the same length metallic conductor is moved with constant velocity, linear velocity v in the one dimension in this uniform magnetic field, the EMF induced across the end of the conductor, capital V, this is EMF, this is velocity. Don't confuse with both terms. So this is equal to QVBL, then we can say EVB sin theta for the, we can say, general case. If this conductor is making an angle, this velocity is making an angle with the magnetic field theta, it means this is the magnetic field and the conductor is not moving horizontally. Not we are considering the special case, we are actually considering the case in which the velocity and the magnetic field is making an angle theta. In that case, the EMF induced across the end of the conductor is QEVB sin theta. BVL sin theta. BVL sin theta. B magnetic field, uniform magnetic field. V velocity, and L is length. So if I take this is S L, so this is BVL sin theta. Now here, this is the case where the coil is moving in one dimension in linear motion. So that case, how we would solve for the rotational motion? We know that if we take a take a very small length element, if we take a very small length element, and the length of this part, let's say dl. If we consider a very small length element and the length is dx, differential length, very small, then you can say dl for simplicity dl. Differential length, very small length of this particular conducting wire we are considering. So we can see here that this small differential length is also rotating with the same angular velocity omega, because it is the part of this particular conductor and if the whole conductor is rotating with the angular velocity omega, all of its constituent parts also rotating with the same angular velocity omega. So omega is a constant here. So omega, all the parts are moving with the same angular velocity omega, and we know that. Then what will be the linear velocity of this particular element? What would be the linear velocity? If you want to find the linear velocity, to which velocity this particular element is moving with linear velocity. So the linear velocity is small v equal to, we know that in circular motion v equal to r omega. V equal to r omega. What is omega? Omega is the distance. Suppose this is the center, this is the radius r, and if the object is rotating clockwise, this is the linear velocity, let's say. So what is the relation between angular velocity and the linear velocity? So the angular v equal to, we know that r omega. So this is the distance from where object is moving in this path, then the distance is from the axis of the rotation, or we can say the point about which it is rotating. So from here, in here we can say this is the distance, let's say this is x, let's say this is small l dl, because we are taking dl, now we are taking this s small l with respect to this dl. So this is the distance from this axis of rotation of this element, this is small l, whole length is capital L, this part is moving with linear velocity, we can say small v. And small v we know that is r omega, so we can write here v equal to, in place of r this is x omega, we can say this is x omega. Now as we know that, so this particular part is moving with linear velocity small v, so it means we can say there is a induced potential difference across the end of this small element, and that could be written by this formula which we have derived. So here we can say this is v equal to v dash, here we can say v dash equal to, because v dash is related to this small part. The EMF induced is for this small part only, so it is represented as v dash, and v dash equal to what? V dash equal to vb. So v is what? V is x omega, and what is b? B is same, so this is b, and for l this is dl. This is not x, this is l. This is I have taken, this distance is l, so this is l omega b dl, because b is constant for all the element and omega is also constant. Actually this is not the direction of omega, don't confuse, this is the direction of omega, but this is rotating with constant angular velocity which I have written here omega, because you know that angular velocity is represented by the term omega, and linear velocity of this is v equal to x, not x here because I have taken l, so this is l. So v equal to l omega, and from this formula potential difference for object if it is moving with linear velocity v, so it means we can say this is l v b sin theta, and theta is the angle between v and b. For here we can say this is the angle between v and b is 90 degree, because the lines are perpendicular to this board, and this particular line element, this particular length element could be moved in any direction, then theta would always be 90 degree, because if this part in place of V we are writing L omega, this is V, and this is L, and then this dl. So this is the potential, this is the EMF induced across this small length element. Then what about whole the element? And for whole the element we would integrate. We know that in the same manner all the small part would contribute the potential difference, induced potential difference, and for all the element for whole the length we have to integrate from here to here. So if we are starting from here and we are reaching at the length is 0 to L, we can say the length is 0 to L from the axis of rotation, because if the length element is at this point, then this L becomes 0. So the value of L would minimum for portion which is at the axis of rotation. For this particular dl, the L would be 0, and for if the L is here at the end, so we can say it is capital L. So we would integrate both sides, and the limit would be 0 to capital L, 0 to capital L. And we know that omega is constant because the whole the conductor is rotating with the constant velocity. V is also constant uniform magnetic field. Small l is variable, so we would take this term from the integration omega v 0 to L dl, and here 0 to L v dash 0 to L, all the v dash would be added, so it would be total, we can say voltage which is V, total voltage which is V. And here omega v and L is L square by 2 and the limit 0 to L. Now we will put in place of, we will put the limit. So finally what we will get, V equal to omega b L square upon 2, because when it is 0 it would come L square by 2. So finally what we will get, V equal to 1 by 2 omega BL square. This is the potential difference which would induce across the end A to B when this particular metallic rod is rotating in the uniform magnetic field with constant angular velocity omega, uniform magnetic field B, and the length of the conductor is L. Then the potential difference EMF induced across the end of the conductor A and B is V equal to 1 by 2 omega BL square. I think you have cleared this particular derivation. In that derivation, we have found that what is the potential difference across the end of the metallic conductor when this metallic conductor is being rotated in this uniform magnetic field which you are seeing, which is inside this blackboard normally. So when we rotate this, the potential difference would be 1 by 2 omega BL square. And what is the approach to do this particular derivation? We have taken a small element, a small part of the whole conductor, and this small part is the length is dl, differentiated very small, and we have taken this as dl, and we assume that this particular element dl is moving uniform, moving linearly with linear velocity, let's say v, and we know that the formula and relation between the linear velocity and the angular velocity v equal to r omega, where r is what? R is the distance of the object about the center of the rotation. So this object is rotating like this. So the distance of this from this axis of this point of rotation, or we can say from axis of rotation, because this is the axis of rotation, and about this axis of rotation all the conductor is rotating like this. So this is the axis of rotation which is fixed here, and this part is rotating, and whole of the element of this is also rotating along with this whole metallic conductor, and keeping this A point fixed, and we see that this part is linearly moving with linear velocity v, and v is here r omega. V is here r omega, and r is the distance from here to here, and we have taken this distance as small l because we have taken this dl, so we have to take this term l, and omega is constant. So for all the element omega is constant because all the conductor is rotating with same angular velocity. So we know that potential difference induced EMF when a rod is moved linearly place of B we are putting L omega. So it is L omega B, and then theta is 90 because this is the linear velocity in this direction and the magnetic field is this. So in always the linear velocity and the magnetic field in this particular case is 90 degree. So we take theta is 90. So finally we have the formula 1 by 2 omega dl square. On